Hello, hi there, and welcome. Before we begin, I would like to give a huge shout out to all of my active patron members. A big thank you to Zero, Rachel C, Makoto, Bedtime, Stella, Koopa Mayo, Spammer, Juniper Turn, Cloaked Belt 29, Aylin, Aaron Tash, Kiyumi, KitKat 0406, Gwendolyn Adams Bone, Azura Akamor, Canuck, Emma, Knock on Wood, Nobody at All, Agatha, Ragecat 888, Amy Wires, The Octahat, Evelyn Puppy, Dzib, Rosebout, Nunberg, Fish Salad, Antari Akiyama, Valkyr Tenno, Rylanor, the fan of a truly iconic Foxho, Galahad, Salgor Agaras, Marissa Kasudasame, Genetic Zero, CT Mackin, Songbird, Kyra, Void Dweller, Teethra 5, Morning Owlet, Elster's Shiny Things, Jessica, Amy Olgers, Tiny Portal, Chloe, Beer the Space Witch, Ellipses, CM Fireflies, Sung Guy, Ghost 48, Joanna, Indigo, Aylin, Kai, Danny Babani, TGA, Breedable Vaporeon, Eden, Mick Shepherd, Captain Aardvark 986, Lily Evans, Hazel, Archibald, Alice, Colic 92, Prophecy Fulfilled, DFA Plays, and Robot Waifu. Thank you. Thank you so very much for all of your support. It truly means the universe to me. And now, without further ado... Hello! Hi. Hi. It's very good to see you again. Ba-ba-bum-ba-bum-ba. Yes. Hello. Hi. Thank you so very much. It is honestly it's really fun to get back into the saddle to stream again. Because goodness, if I don't stream for too terribly long, I start to feel really horrible. Thank you so very much, Adam. Nyx, Aether, Winter, Vermilion, Time Marshall. Hello. Oh yeah, also just as like a quick aside, Vermilion VA is an ASM artist just like myself, so please feel free to check out her channel as well. Yes, please like their videos and subscribe to her. She's put in a lot of effort. And thank you so very much, Time Marshall. Today is the 4th anniversary of my very first ASMR video. I uploaded it March 1st, 2022, 4 years ago. And my, what an adventure it's been ever since, huh? I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, but I think it's really nice to take a look back at all that I've done and say, wow, I did that. I survived all that. And we aren't gonna stop here. Here's to potentially another 4 years on the channel, and hopefully many more. I'm just going to quickly turn off the playlist because I wanted to sing a very quick happy birthday to the channel and to that one video specifically. I don't know. I just wanted to because, well, it's the birthday after all. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I don't know how to continue the song. I suddenly feel a sense of stage fright. That's a new one. I haven't felt that for a while. Ha. Social anxiety and the sudden stage fright. Things that will always surprise me at the worst moments. Ah, I think I know how to continue the song. Happy birthday, dear channel. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Sparkling, and hello, Fizz. Hey, Game Grimoire. It's been a while. Hi. It's very, very good to see you again. Hello. How's my weekend? It's been quiet. At least I like to think so. It's been quiet, but also exciting in a lot of ways because I'm currently writing a script for a large collaboration. I think this might be the largest collaborative work that I've done on the channel thus far. Yes, far surpassing the Yandere AI series. It's called the Yandere Polycule, and it features our very own Vermilion VA, as well as Valerie Scythe, a couple of members from the Discord server, and, of course, myself. Looking forward to playing this all out. Currently, we are at 10 pages long, so it is certainly going to be an interesting time, to say the least. Ah. Congratulations, Time Marshal. Fizz says, 4 more years! 4 more years! Oh goodness, yes, I certainly hope that I'll be around for another 4 years. I'm perfectly willing to stick it out that long. It's hard to believe that it's almost been half a decade already. Just think, next year it'll be 5 years. I'll have to do something really special then. But in order for me to start doing that special something, I'm gonna have to start work right away on it. Goodness me. Nick says there's currently what I somewhat like to call an angry swarm of bees outside my house. Koda's having races today. I see. Winter says, of all the red-haired, foxy VTubers I know, Nico's easily top 2. So there's another red-haired fox VTuber? Then again, being a fox VTuber, being a cat VTuber, being a VTuber that has animal features is frightfully common these days. I know I'm certainly not unique in that regard. I just am unique in that I've got the bait and switch. The bait and switch name. It's like, you write primarily dark fantasy. That's correct. And yet your name is Cutiefox. That's correct. Winter says, 100k more subscribers for Nico. That'd be a very, very interesting birthday present, but honest to goodness, I don't know what I would think of. I don't know what I would feel. I think I would start to panic slightly if I suddenly had 500,000 subscribers tomorrow. Just like, who are you people? How did you find me this quickly? Spyro says, when you get so far, you should stream Warframe to YouTube. Also, you are awesome. Thank you so very much, Spyro. I think you're awesome as well. Vermilion, 500k in the next 2 years. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh golly. I hope to be that good. I don't know if there are any ASMR channels that have 500,000 subscribers. I would need to pivot and do some pretty unique and crazy things to keep that sort of audience entertained. I am a halfway decent animator, so I think I could potentially pull something together for that, but then I wouldn't be making ASMR content anymore and just working on indie animations. And I don't know, there's just something I like about my little niche projects. Game Grim says, you're like just under 9k last I checked. Could hit 10k soon. If I'm really, really lucky, I'll hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I think I might hold a celebration. I certainly know that I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone's obligated to subscribe to the channel, so the people that decide to stick around, I treasure. So, what I mean to say is, thanks. Thank you so very much for all of your support. It truly means the universe to me. Not just the people who have, like, subscribed on Patreon and whatnot, but everyone here. You. You are special. And I like you. Just the way you are. Today is a special day. Not just for the channel, but because you are you, and you are here. Kendrick says, hi, I enjoy your content. You're welcome. Thank you so very much, Kendrick. It truly, truly means the universe to me. Game says, writing dark themes is such a vibe, to be honest. I think so too. I think so too. Winter says, yes, Limo. I'm a part of her Friday Borderlands 3 streams. Nick says, I'm here physically, but my brain is in Dreamland. Oh. Say hi to Bean for me, will you? For my money, that's the funniest joke and reference I've done. Aether says, same, Nix. I'm really eepy right now. I completely get that. The eepiness it takes over sometimes. Any time that I get really, really tired, like in the afternoons and such, I just take a nap and oh gosh, I'm so yawny already. Just talking about naps makes me sleepy. But I'm drinking caffeine in the meantime, so hopefully that keeps me awake. Apparently, my big sister got a free energy drink. I'm not going to say what brand it is. They spend far too much in advertising as it is. It's been an interesting sort of energy drink. I'm not sure I like it that much. It's tolerable, and it's still very close to what I typically like, but not quite. Slightly disconcerting way, actually. Ty says, any news books you've been reading lately? The news? No, I unfortunately have not read a newspaper in quite some time. I think it's been almost 20 years since I last touched the things. As for new books, any new books that I've read thus far? Surprisingly, no. I should really get back into it. I suppose I've been far too focused in trying to level up and acquire customized gear in Final Fantasy X. That's sort of been occupying my attention as like a pet project of a pet project. And now I'm considering video games pet projects. What sort of world do I live in? Nick says, my stomach wants soup, but me no want to cook. I get that. There are so many days, too many days, where I don't want to cook. And then there are days where I just don't want to do much of anything. Unironically, that span of time where I hadn't streamed in like 3 weeks, I had the lowest emotional pit in a long time. I was just so out of it. I don't know, maybe it's something in me that just craves attention, but if I don't get it, I start to feel really low energy. Does that make any sense? It's like I've trained myself to expect people and expect attention, and when I don't get it, it's like, no dopamine. Why no dopamine? Why no people? So yes, another reason I'm glad that I'm back. Me, when the attention-seeking behavior garners the expected response and I gain all of the love and affection that I'm looking for. Nick says, how's the road to level 99 going? Funny you should mention that. I had not touched it in about a month. I really need to start up that farm again. Simply because I actually want to make progress on it, and I don't want it to just, fall by the wayside. Game says, I mean, with some of these JRPGs, they certainly feel like projects with how long they get. And it doesn't quite help that Final Fantasy X is a little bit addicting in terms of world building, stories. Its main storyline is perhaps the most beautiful and heartbreaking piece of media that I've, witnessed. It certainly makes the top 10, at least for this year, and definitely is part of the top 5 of all time. I mean, seriously, it's a game that's over 20 years old, and yet it holds up so well. I mean, every time I witness the final cutscenes, I am instantaneously a sobbing mess. I cannot watch those dry-eyed. I will start sobbing every time. And Tentu has one of the best songs in a game ever. I suppose so. I've never actually played Tentu. One of the things that I'm actually looking forward to this year is actually trying it for the first time. After, of course, I farm Dark Matters and give all of my characters ribbon, auto haste, auto protect, and I think a couple other buffs, specialized buffs for each piece of armor, so that I can start taking down Dark Aeons. Yes, I'm going after the Dark Aeons. No, I have not been taken to see a psychologist. Spyro says, hey Nico, could we get someone in the server? We're playing and it is inconvenient to listen to only one of them. Have you said the requirements for the server? Because typically you would have to show me your identification before I let you into the server. It's kind of like a club. Like a nightclub. I have to check. Rexa says, I've been dragged back to Kingmaker, Wrath of the Righteous game. Got a long journey ahead of me. I see. Vermilion says, the silent voice is really sad, but has a happy ending. Oh, I see. I don't think I've ever heard of a silent voice before. Silent Hill, the original Silent Hill, is one of my favorite horror games of all time. Besides Resident Evil 3, the original Resident Evil 3, I do not count the remake as a Resident Evil game. It introduced a lot of brilliant mechanics to Resident Evil 3, and I can appreciate a lot of its technological advantages. I just hate what they did with it narratively speaking, and, yeah, they effectively gutted all of the original's personality, didn't add any new stuff, and made Nemesis a chump. I don't appreciate that. Bring my boy Nemi back. What was I going? Oh yeah, Silent Hill, the original Silent Hill, before I started, like, going off on that tangent again. Originally, I was on the fast track to doing the bad ending first, when I realized that I legitimately started over so that I didn't deal with the bad ending. I don't know, something about bad endings, it just is like an anti-scratch. It is an anti-scratch. It's like a really, really horrible itch. A really horrible itch, and I cannot bear it, so I go back and do the good ending. It's because that scratches the itch. But there are so many moments in that game that just made me stop and go, what the heck? And I remember when I originally first started playing Silent Hill, I started playing it behind my blood parents' back. I unearthed the original PS1 and that game, and I was like, okay. And at 15 years old, I started playing it in secret. I think I got caught once and forbidden to touch it until I turned 18. To which I basically just like, It's like, it's an old PS1 game. I should be able to handle whatever's in it. And unironically, I did handle it. I mean, there were some parts that made me go, oh goodness, no. But that's what horror games are supposed to do. And then there was Lisa. Oh, Lisa, poor Lisa. Lisa's theme is one of the hardest things to listen to, and is just so haunting and beautiful. Not Tomorrow, it is gorgeous. Most of the music in not Final Fantasy, in Silent Hill, is gorgeous and scary. It's like you're reading a scary novel, and you get to that horrible twist. And it just kind of feels like a metaphysical dagger has just been pushed into your stomach. It's like, ouch. And it stays with you. It's been almost 10 years, I think, since I last touched that game. Almost. And yeah. I've never played Silent Hill 2, but one of its quotes sticks with me. In my restless dreams, I see that town. Gosh. And apparently I missed out with Silent Hill 2. Apparently that's a really good one in its own right. I skipped on ahead past that one and played Silent Hill Origins, where I played as a trucker who stumbles into that darned place and accidentally causes a lot of this shit to happen. Mine says 3 is Jill Valentine. Yes, correct. And Jill Valentine is one of my favorite video game protagonists, don't at me. Yeah, sure, Leon is up there with the greats as well, but I got like a really, really soft spot in my heart for Jill Valentine. To the point where I actually researched her storyline and see where she goes after Resident Evil 3, because like, after that game, you just sort of wish that people have happy endings. And they never do, because the world in that game is just brutal. And it was also a mild awakening to some other things that I had to explore. Mine says the one that reused RE2 assets for time. Yeah, it definitely did. Are you talking about the remake? Yeah, totes. It totes did. It cut out the clock tower segment. It cut out the abandoned factory in favor of Nest 2, which is in itself bland and does not have character and does not hold the grunge or the grime that the abandoned factory did. Honest to goodness, though, when I think back on it, the abandoned factory feels almost Scooby-Doo-esque, and it's like, yeah, there's rumors of this pharmaceutical company doing illegal experimentation in this abandoned, grimy factory. It's like, oh! And honestly, I don't even think it was like a factory. I think it was like a sewage plant. Which is actually pretty fitting, considering all the stuff that they work on. Hey Nathan, it's good to see you. Game says, could maybe be a fun stream idea. At one point, I did have access to a really, really decent emulator. And I don't know if I still have access to it, but I could try to find out if we could gain access to the original Resident Evil 3 and the original Silent Hill. Really just any of the games that I played when I was a kid. But of course, Vermilion. Vermilion says, wait, is this the one that takes place in a swamp? A swamp. A swamp? A swamp. What are you doing in my swamp? Mine says no, RE3 reused RE2 assets because RE3 in Code Veronica was being made at the same time, and reusing maps and monsters eased the burden. True. But A, I only had access to the original Resident Evil 3 back in the day, so I am slightly biased. And again, Jill Valentine. You didn't see what I just did there. I just raised a cup. Swamp is RE2. Yep. Resident Evil 7 is prime Southern Gothic. And it is extremely grungy. I need to finish that game really, really badly. It is very artistic. A true return to form for the series as a whole. Game says, always get an ick when devs reuse assets for a prequel that shouldn't make sense. Feels like a Mandela effect. Huh. In a lot of ways, yeah, it's a very interesting sort of feeling. I don't mind reused assets in certain cases. However, if you're a AAA studio and you've got the time on your hands to make new stuff, you should make that new stuff. You shouldn't always rely on the library of assets that you've got. For an indie dev, however, because you don't always have that time, you don't always got that... What's the word I'm looking for here? Sometimes you just want to make your work easier on yourself. So you might use the same model just with different colors and say that it's a different monster entirely, and I will accept that. Especially if it's like an indie turn-based RPG. If the story's good and actually makes me feel something, then I don't care about reused assets. I am in it for the artistic merit, the story, how it makes me feel. Because that's what art is supposed to do, isn't it? It's supposed to make you feel something. And it's sort of why I get feelings of disgust and anger with AAA studios remaking the OG Resident Evils. The remake of RE2 was great, but the remake for 3 fell flat for me because it didn't provide me any sort of feeling other than the feelings of anger or disgust. You feel me? It just feels hollow. It has a hollow feeling to me. And it just makes me angry. Vermilion says, Halo, when they reused Covenant ship assets to copy and paste the Covenant super carrier. Ty Marshall says, I really, really, really want a Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. I've never finished it. I did play it for a little bit, but I never finished it. I did play a little bit of Code Veronica, and I really want to finish it at some point. Gonna definitely need to gain access to it somehow. Mine says 1 is gold, 2 is gold, 3 is amazeballs, 4 is good but overrated, 5 is kind of weak, 6 is a love or hated game, 7 is real good, 8 is front loaded, and 9 is spoiler blocked. Mind, I agree with you up until 4. 4 gets the love that it deserves for being the title that it is. And it did revolutionize the over-the-shoulder camera that became commonplace in pretty much all games these days. And I kinda have to agree with you that 8 is a bit front-loaded. But again, I haven't played that one. I've just seen bits and pieces here and there. So I suppose I should actually withhold a lot of my judgments until I play Resident Evil 8. From what I've played of 7, though, 7 is just golden. Game says, personally, remakes in general are starting to feel hollow. It's like an Ouroboros has taken over popular media. Yeah, I can even name you one right now. Disney remakes. You know the ones. I just had to say Disney remakes, and the first thing you thought of was any number of the live-action remakes that Disney has done over the past several years. The one that I'm most angry about right now is Lilo and Stitch. If by chance, by some form of horrible luck, someone from Disney Company actually stumbles onto this stream, if by horrible luck, a person from, like, person higher up in the company sees this part of the stream, what I am about to say next is directed purely at them. Disney, what the actual fuck? Seriously, what the actual fuck? This is garbage. It is so... It's bad. It is horrible. What you did with that storyline at the end, having Lilo be adopted, that wasn't the message of the original. You took the original, and you fucked it up. You made it like... How should I say this? It glorifies a system that is broken. The adoption system is broken, and it just comes across like you are glorifying it. When the original message was about family, it was about sticking together as family, because they were all they had. So seriously, Disney, fuck you. I've said my piece.
I agree, that was like...
Oh, hi, Akira. Love you. Rexa says the Disney remakes, what an utter blunder. I won't even call them remakes anymore. It's slop. It is just slop. It's like... It's a little bit like what I try to do when I try to remake some of my older content. However, when I go back and try to do that over again, I am trying to add into it. I'm trying to incorporate new ideas into the old stuff, and even changing or removing things that I think are just not there. But when they change things, It is a rejection. It is a sheer removal. And nothing added in feels like anything. It feels corporate. It feels stupid. And above all, it is lazy. Oh, they also butchered Artemis Fowl? Huh, I didn't know that. I'm not familiar with Artemis Fowl, actually. Thank you so very much, big sister. Love you. Time Marshall says, I like the Aladdin remake. That was good. I can't say anything about that one. I've not watched it. I certainly know that Will Smith is in it and that he does certain renditions of songs good, but I can't in good conscience support Disney for any of its remakes. It's just... no. For me, Disney's remakes are just going to be permanently horrible to me.
No, it was like
Okay.
that Aladdin thing. So, it's okay.
Okay.
Beyond that, yeah.
Okay. Vermilion says it's corporate slop. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Rexus says, man, they really dropped the ball with the Lilo and Stitch remake. That's insane. Yeah, seriously, fuck Disney. And not in any good way. Seriously. And this also just ties into my entire gripe about capitalism ruining art. Because I have seen the rise of generative AI slop. And I've definitely seen how a lot of companies have tried to use it in order to shortcut and get rid of actual artists who have trained and honed their craft over the years only to be sidelined and dumpstered by literal trash. By literal fucking trash. Goodness gracious, it is depressing and it makes me sad. Pay your bloody artists. From what I remember, and this is from just what I remember, so take it with a grain of salt, Treasure Planet flopped because Disney intentionally killed it. I think Disney didn't want it to succeed because it was one of the last 2D animated flicks that Disney did before they swapped over to 3D animation. And the only reason why they swapped over was because it's cheaper, but not in the way you think. Because I'm a 3D artist. I will be the first one to tell you that it takes a similar amount of effort to get things to look just right. It doesn't take less effort in order to make 3D art as opposed to 2D. That's not the problem. The problem was that 2D artists had unionized. They were asking for fair compensation for their work, whereas 3D artists weren't unionized yet. And Disney was taking advantage of that situation to pay them less. And we've seen how much that has kicked down the road, with CG slowly getting worse as people start to get fed up and tired and working to impossible deadlines, so they start having to cut corners, not because they want to, but because they have to in order to meet such demands. Capitalism just ruins art. It ruins art. It ruins life. It is poisonous to everything that it touches. Capitalism without any sufficient reins is horrible, and we should all denounce it. We should be clamoring in the streets for some more fluffing regulations to all of its unfettered access to shit. We should ban insider trading. We should make it so that people are not incentivized to choke out our creative pursuits. Most of all, we shouldn't let it become a system that imposes itself upon human nature. One thing that we have to remember is that we are human beings, Homo sapiens. We are animals. We have a brain. It is a brain that is comprised of meat, just like pretty much every other animal on this planet. We are not built to be machines. So it's not fair to have that be imposed upon us. It is not fair to have the machine of capitalism imposed upon us. It's also why I'm against, like, copyright, and I think that we need to abolish it. Because the system of copyright that we've got incentivizes patent holding, incentivizes theft from smaller artists. It shrinks the public domain and limits what people are allowed to create. Can you imagine that? We've come so far and fallen so far that we are actually saying things like, what are we allowed to make? I want to be allowed to make anything I damn well please. Thank you very much. I'll check the email at, in a few hours. Thank you, Sparrow. Mine says it's not a remake, it's a reduction. I agree with that. Quite alright, Emma. Thank you so very much. And yes. Vermilion says, now this isn't a remake, but golly, Andor was a piece of gold. I've not seen it. I've only seen a few things, a few pieces of it. From what I've heard of it, it is gold. Ty Marshall says, but I'm not a big fan of movie remakes. If a movie is perfect, don't remake it. I don't even think that the original movies are perfect. That's the point. They don't need to be. Every single piece of art that you find, if you poke at it, you will find flaws with it. I'm more than certain that you will find several grammatical errors in all of my written works, especially those like 4 or 3 years ago. Even up till today, I'm pretty darn sure that I've written at least a couple of grammatical errors in my scripts that I've not caught yet. A piece of work doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to convey its message well, and it needs to make you feel something. It needs to, well, pardon the slightly spiritual saying, but it needs to have soul in it. I am an atheist. I don't even really believe in souls. But I've seen art when a human component isn't added in. And it's just garbage. AI slop will never be art. The art that I pick up with a pencil and make right now is more art than AI slop art. Random says 4. 4. Emma says, Lilo and Stitch made us a lot of money, so instead of taking the risk of coming up with something new, make Lilo and Stitch again. Rexa says, yep, kills my passion to post and share my work. Emma says, stolen trash even. Yes. Precisely, because all of these AI models are trained off of data that is taken from places where they shouldn't have gotten the data. It's stolen from artists who have freely posted their works online and made it so that new artists don't want to post online for fear that their works are being scraped, put into this theft machine, and stolen. Rexa I did an animation course, and with the rise of generative AI, I feel low when I'm trying new things. I totally feel that. I think that the rise of generative AI has also made me hyper-conscious of my word choice. It's made me avoid certain phrases because it makes me sound too much like a robot, even when that's the point. I never use generative AI in my work. I try to limit my exposure to it online for fear that it'll poison me in some way. It's a rotten shame is what it is. AI should be making our lives easier, and it should be helping us with our creative exploits, not exploiting us to make art for us. Your average YouTube enjoyer? Me, when 4. Vermilion says, you know what's sad is that its current AI isn't AI, but it's generative algorithms. Yeah, pretty much like tapping the predictive text, as H. Bomber Guy once said. Rexa says, I've heard this from my animation teachers. Vermilion says, Atlantis, the Lost Empire was great. I believe so. I believe so too, yes. I think that it was awesome. I love Milo as a character. That and Leonard Nimoy played, I think, one of the elders. And I'm just, like, blown away at his performance. Just yes. Game says, I've seen some real creepy stuff involving AI. Don't quote me on this, but I remember seeing a few articles going on about how Facebook is using AI to let your account post even if you're dead. Okay. That is just creepy. That is insanely creepy. Simulacra and simulation. Now I'm just wondering, okay, will some knockoff channel take this model that I'm currently using, run it through a generative, like, remixer of sorts, and spit out an almost copy of me, down to the tail-wagging animations, and steal my voice to the point where it can sound like me, and then just start posting as me? What if a bot ran that channel, and just was automatically making these things without any input? And me just seeing a virtual simulacrum of myself, it just wigs me out. It just drives me crazy. No thank you. I don't like that. Time Marshall says, Vermilion, I love that movie. Yes, Atlantis? Yes, I love it too. I love it too. Emma says, yep. If you've ever heard of enshittification, that's just another word for the natural result that always comes from capitalism. Capitalism, by definition, incentivizes enshittification. Precisely. We've even seen that with Discord as of recent days. Despite the fact that they've rolled back the changes until halfway through this year, they still plan on making those changes. And I don't want to give Discord my facial identification. So, just take this as your sign to find a different platform for yourself. Do not rely on Discord now. Cancel your Nitro subscriptions if you've got them. Do not give them any more of your money. Rexus says a lot of things need change. I think I've said this before, but it bears saying again. The system isn't broken. The system is working as intended. It is an engine that's entire goal is to crunch normal people up into it, to grind us within the gears, and spit us out again, broken and destitute. So the system is working as it has always done, as it was meant to by the people who currently rule over us. In order for it to stop, it needs to be broken. The engine needs to have its fuel removed, its gears completely trashed, all of its springs and sprockets completely junked. It just needs to be absolutely trashed. And a new engine, an engine that actually takes care of its citizenry, put in place. A place where lobbying is illegal. Where people are actually operating under the impression that we owe things to our citizens, instead of acting within selfish self-interest. Spire says, thank you. It is always nice to see the community grow. I really must thank you for putting together this wonderful community. Thank you so very much for being a part of it. Winter says, copyright used to only last as long as its creator's life. Now, however, thanks to Disney, it's effectively forever minus a day. Ty says, Lord of the Rings, the perfect movie trilogy. I won't even say that that's perfect, but I will say that it is fairly good. Game says, copyright just needs to be put back in line with the patent system's length. Vermilion says, the sequel was horrible, Ty Marshall. Vermilion says, wait, what sequel? Rexa says, well said. Ty Marshall says, Vermilion, give me the first Atlantis movie, that's all. Vermilion says, true that. And that's why we should be focusing on quantum computers. It's already happening. I see. Game says every day that VeggieTales quote becomes more and more real. Yeah. Mine says, the Facebook death posting AI isn't a thing yet. It's just been patented as an idea. The fact that it's been patented already is just horrible. You shouldn't be able to patent something like that. Thank you so very much, Jack Frost, and welcome back. Thank you so very much. Mama says, my friend Dave shut down his Nitro sub. The system was always corrupt, always predatory. Yes, all the way back to the country's founding. Because the country was built on the backs of slaves. People marginalized. People crushed under the boot of the... what's the word that I'm looking for here? The ruling class. Vermilion says, eco-socialism. Wish we could go towards that. I think I'm leaning towards socialism. Anarchic socialism. Game says, the engine forged by hearts so hollow wind doesn't dare tread near, for even nature fears the chains of the eternal debt. Mine says it's a system built on and causing entropy. All systems cause entropy. That's just a fact of the universe. Even my own words will eventually fade away. It's not entropy that I'm against. I am against unnecessary cruelty, which I believe the system imposes upon all of its citizenry. Unfair cruelty. With this imposition, I no longer feel bad for the ruling class, in any sense. Whatever petty troubles they end up in will probably be far less trouble than any of us will experience in our day-to-day lives, so they can deal with it. Rexa says, I gotta have lunch, but it's been really nice and needed to be back in the stream. Keep safe, everyone. Thank you so very much for stopping by, Rexus. We hope to see you again soon. That's right, Mary. Real leaders are not rulers. Rulers are not real leaders. Oof, wrong pipe. Golly. And I just went completely into a anarchic socialist rant. Leaders are servants of the people. Yes, indeed. In Hamlet, there was, I think, the phrase, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I could be mistaken on the play, but I believe that it is incredibly apt. Leadership should always be an act of service towards the people. The people should never be subjugated to service the ruler in turn. Vermilion says, hence the title civil servants. Yes, Yes. I think for far too long, CEOs and those in upper management and those in Wall Street who are doing a lot of these insider trading bits and all of the... Is that even the right term? I don't honestly know if that's the right term, so X that part, but yeah, especially people in the House and the Senate and in the White House. These people have long since forgotten that they owe the people. They owe the citizens. They owe people who are in this country. And they've long since been used to getting away with things. And we've also got a set of military. What's the word I'm looking for here? We've got essentially a military operating and occupying this country. The police system and ICE. Both of which, in my view, should be abolished. Because the police themselves do not operate to facilitate your security. They are there to protect property, not people. And I believe that ICE as a system is in and of itself evil, and thus should itself be abolished. I believe that if they continue to operate as they've been shown to operate, that they are full and well deserving of any and all force shown in resistance to them. I believe it was a law of Sir Isaac Newton's that with any action comes a equal yet opposite reaction. I believe that they should be met with as much, if not a little bit more force than they have shown. And that if ICE decides to push the envelope, that they should be willing to give up their lives in that pursuit. Make the next squad think twice. That was an interesting drink. Military-industrial complex, yes. That too is on my shit list. I hate, military recruiters. They are not obligated to tell you the truth. They are obligated to make you false promises in order to get you to join the army. There's an entire legal... There's an entire group that is designed to help GIs know their rights, because they oftentimes don't know their rights when they sign up to the military. It's a trap. It's always been a trap. Game says, anyone who seeks power should be questioned, for power wielded properly should be a burden, not a privilege. Vermilion says, we should have civil servants, not politicians. I believe that is right. I believe that is correct. I believe that people should be forced to prove themselves, prove that they are beneficial to the people around them in those positions, to work for it as a true meritocracy, as opposed to whatever the fuck we've got right now. Mine says rich people should be taxed on the shares of a company that they use as collateral for loans that they live on. Svara says, a junta? Mine says, as for politicians, we need a modern sword of Damocles. We have lacked one for too long. I believe... I don't think that he did it, but I think Luigi Mangione has something to say regarding that. Ty says, thoughts on the movie The Fifth Element? Have never watched it. I plan to at some point. Mine says a good example. I wanted to believe in the power of being pacifist for a while. I really truly did. But I don't necessarily believe in pacifism as a productive way forward anymore. I believe that if we want things to actually change, that we should push for it at pretty much any cost, even if that cost is that we enact some violence of our own. For if they would enact violence on us, if they would visit that upon us, we should do so in return. Mary says, bit of a head trip, that movie. Be ready for that, Nico. Thank you so very much. I will do my best if ever I get the chance to watch it. Marshall says, can't believe that movie is 29 years old. Oh my gosh, it's almost 30 years old? Whew. Hello, Ellie. I'm doing the best that I can. Also, what's the stream about? Today is the 4th anniversary of this channel. The 4th birthday of the very first ASMR that I've uploaded. Emma says, he just gives us a face to put the act is all. A symbol. Yeah, kind of like the Mockingjay was in the Hunger Games. Far! Oh yeah, I dare say that there is a good amount of things that are older than I am. The Cretaceous, the Jurassic. Yeah. The very ground beneath my feet is far older than I am, and it will remain so. I'm pretty sure that the iron that exists within my blood is older than I am. That's a bit of a trip to listen to, isn't it? The idea that minerals that exist within your own body probably are older than you are. That they have existed for far longer than you have. Ellie says, are you older than dinosaurs? No, I am far younger. I was born in the year 2000. I, as a entity, as a being with thought and energy of my own, I only came into existence in the year 2000. Mary says, Ghostbusters. Yeah. Emma says, oh wait, Vermilion says, Hanging Tree from Hunger Games is a great song. Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man, they say, who murdered 3. Strange things have happened there, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. I'm probably gonna sing the entire song now that you've got it in my head. Vibing to the Walls theme? Emma says, the stuff we're made up of is so much older than the specific configuration of stuff that is us. Yes. If we're even talking about the genetic blueprint that we run on, essentially, has been changing and evolving for billions of years. Far back to the single cellular anythings that we've got fossils of. The first Jurassic Park was an amazing movie. Believe it or not, I actually watched it going to and from Pennsylvania. Oh, fun fact, Vermilion. I actually passed through Charlotte, North Carolina on my way back to Phoenix. I was in the Charlotte airport for roughly an hour. That wall. The Elden Ring wall. Also, I've got the lyrics for Hanging Tree up. Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man, they say, who murdered 3. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where a dead man called out for his love to flee? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we'd both be free? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where a necklace of hope side by side with me? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree I told you to run so we'd both be free? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man, they say, who murdered 3. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. A stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. I honestly really like listening to that song. It kind of helps me push forward in my day-to-day. And it also makes me think about resistance to a tyrannical government. I think we all like the idea of resisting our tyrannical government, don't we? Granted, I don't think that many of us fancy the consequences of doing such, but I am also a believer that sometimes things need to be done. And sometimes we need to face those consequences, to face the music when it's pointed at our direction. Ellie says, if you were a mermaid, I would be the first one to jump in the water. Well, I don't want you to jump into the water. I don't want you to get in the water. Gosh, I forgot how much I love singing. Singing is great. Honest to goodness, though, I don't see myself as being a sea creature. I don't like the ocean. I probably would go swimming if I was, like, completely alone. And I could basically dress however I wished to. And I kind of fear doing, swimming in my preferred attire right now because I am a pre-op trans woman. I don't necessarily want to have focus drawn to me because I dared to do something like swim. Emma says, yes, the sea is deep and full of terrors. Or I'll raise the tide so high, all of Ithaca will die. Get in the water. Exactly, mind. Exactly. I think it's been a while. Far too long since I've last swum. Been swimming. Swim. Swimming, swum. Vermilion says, especially video game and movie OSTs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Swam. Since last I swam. Since things went swimmingly. Swim. Mary says, it's been a literal decade since I last went swimming. I'm so bummed. Yeah, I feel that. Because Y can be a vowel. Exactly. We... Thank you so very much for the boop, Mary. I love wiggling my ears like that. Mine says, don't boop the beer, Mary. Yep, wiggles. Wiggle. Gosh, that honestly makes me think of a certain line from a video game. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Ellie says, honestly, I prefer the mountains and the cold. I hardly seen the snow, but always loved it. Honestly, when I was in Pennsylvania for those few days, for that whole week, I loved the cold. I didn't mind it. Even when I went walking outside, absolutely loved it. Loved seeing the snow on the ground as well. That was just the best. I kind of want to go back. Emma says, Mary, insert meme of Bugs Bunny saying, "Our." Mine says, I deserved it. Emma says, communism. Ellie says, did you become a vampire in Pennsylvania? No, I did not. I just love the cold. Vermilion says, also fall and winter are the best seasons. Yes. Also, we're getting into the beginnings of spring/summer over here in Phoenix. And if you know spring and summer in Phoenix, you know. Yep. It's not gonna be pretty. Mine says, and I'll do it again. I'll fucking do it again. The demons told me to. Gosh, that's funny. So, how have you been today? I hope you've been drinking water, and I hope that you have been eating some lovely food. As for me, I've had an assortment of extremely interesting drinks, including coffee, a little bit of soda, and a little bit of that energy drink that I'll be talking about, that I won't be talking about actually, because I don't want to give them any more free advertising. If you know the advertisements, you know. Nathan says, Shos. Shos? Shoda. Barry says need to test my new headset soon. Oh, you need to test it? Here, let me just move my my microphones apart so I could get started with something interesting I could potentially do. So like for a test, I could potentially start speaking into one ear and then slowly into another. Like that. What do you think? Mine says water and Dr. Pepper. Ellie says undrink the water and uneat the food. Don't uneat the food. Mary says, yeah, I got it, but I haven't used it yet. Ellie says, ah! No, no, no! Vermilion says, no, that's a nice mic. Mary says, my computer speakers still work. Mine says, do it again. I had one button. Oh, really? You want me to do it again? I see. Allie says, the pretty lady is speaking in my ears. Help. Oh, I'm sorry. There's no salvation to be found here. That reminds me of, like, one of the very first speeches that the Gravemind said in Halo 2. Your prophets have promised you freedom from a doomed existence, but you will find no salvation on this ring. Those that built this place knew what they wrought. Do not mistake their intent, or all shall perish as they did before. Mine says, it works! Vermilion says, mm-hmm. Shivers and goosebumps. This one is machine and nerve, and has its mind concluded. This one is but flesh and faith, and is the more deluded. There is much talk, and I have listened through rock and metal and time. Now I shall talk, and you shall listen. This one's containment, and this one's great journey are the same. You will search one likely spot, and you will search another. Fate had us meet as foes, but this ring shall make us brothers. Mary says overpowered Foxo strikes again. Am I really overpowered? Ellie says, when are you gonna continue the AI yandere and the worker that became also a robot? I forgot the name. Oh, the original yandere AI? The one that had to shut off for a while and then I never came back to the series? Yeah, I don't know how to continue that one. Originally, I had an epilogue planned, but I just never finished it. So unfortunately, it just may become one of those series that becomes lost. I like to think that after she shut off, the listener found her peace. Oh, Delphi? Delphi is a different one. Delphi is the sadist. Delphi I actually have plans to bring back. Ellie says the lost VHS of unfinished series of Nico. Welcome to the desert of the real. Nick says just had to help my parents set up the TV again. I just want to eat soup. Soup is good. Good soup. Good soup. I wonder. I'm pretty sure that with 3 words... Well, honest to goodness, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't even take those 3 words, but... With 3 words, I'm pretty darn certain that I can get some of you flustered. Poor little thing. Ellie says the ocean is a soup. Emma says I'm at soup. Vermilion says homemade chicken soup with letter noodles. Letter noodles are great. I like those sorts of noodles. Mine says, I imagine that for a time the listener gained a little bit of peace, but it's not to exist for long as they are now separate from humanity, so they would one day bring the intelligence back. Nick says, I have soup and potatoes. Potatoes are good. Sparrow says, I shivered and died in Warframe from distraction. Whew, your voice is powerful. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that with just 2 words I can make you shiver again. Are you listening closely? Very, very good. Good girl. Nick says it's basically soup with potato bits in it. Nice. Mine says, and the world would maintain a sort of connectivity via the network, and the AI would learn to act with a softer touch. Ellie says, have mercy on my poor soul. Nick says, Jesus, that was so loud. Really? Was it loud? Oh goodness, I'm so terribly sorry if it was too loud. My sincerest apologies. Gonna dial it ever so slightly back. Nick says, it's okay. I'm just downstairs and too lazy to put on headphones. Worried that others would hear? Hello, hi! Hello. Hi. 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 Hello. It's very good to see you. How are you doing today? Mine says the demon one is my hiatus one that I want a next installment of. Oh, are you talking about Demon's Deal? Oh, don't worry. I'll give your soul back with a little extra something added to it. Honest to goodness, I don't know how to continue that one. It's one of those rare ones when I caught lightning in a bottle. And I don't know how to make a sequel to it. And I'm not certain if I want to make a sequel to it. Dragonling Part 2? Now that one I feel a certain drive to make. But I'm also still figuring out. I see, Nyx. Ellie says, every time a friend told Miss their headphones is off, I start screaming help and that they kidnapped me. Mine says, the one where I came up with the line, why do I cry? Oh, you're talking about Astafe. Astafe. Oh, that one actually did have a couple of scripts that I had written that I definitely need to record. Well, one that I've written, and one that I need to finish writing. The one that I finished writing was called The Book of the Dark Lord. If you want, I can actually give you a run-through of what the Book of the Dark Lord would sound like. Da-da-da. The Book of the Dark Lord. So, Astafe. Wait a second. No, wait. This is... I did have a couple of scripts that it finished. So, that one was just supposed to be the latest one. Now, where... Da-da-da... Goodness me. I would need to figure out exactly where that one went off to. Honestly, I think Gospel of Damnation, where it left off, was one of the, like, best ones I've ever written. Now, where did it go off to? Ah, yes. All Are the Ladies. All Are the Ladies was actually going to be the follow-up to just after Gospel of Damnation. Gospel of Damnation is sort of a funny name. It's good news, we're fucked. Slimonor says, heyo, playing D&D but wanted to drop by and say congrats. Thank you so very much, Slimonor. I hope D&D goes well. Please say hello to all of the other players for me. Thank you. So yes, All of the Ladies takes place directly after Gospel of Damnation when Anathiel basically made the implicit threat that she's going to take the listener. And it takes place on Halloween of all nights. So many tonight. I am glad. No, I wasn't. Well, maybe I was a little worried. After all, so many avoid our little church. You're right. That is true. Yes, I am not a fire and brimstone preacher. The more time that passes, the more am I reminded that I am not the most evil being on this planet, contrary to popular belief. What about holy objects? It's not so much the goodness of the books, the trinkets, etc. It's the belief. The belief that the words in that book of blood-soaked fables can harm me. It only lasts a few moments. The pain that blooms from such soil wilts quickly. It is poor soil. A book of contradicting fables, crosses of silver and gold, gilded church walls. They were the first to fall. The idea of consecrated ground isn't as pervasive as it once was, and belief does offer me a great many benefits as well as setbacks. Shadows. The shadows are mine. Your belief used to be so raw, so powerful. It used to be able to shape stars. One of my sisters... You'd know her as the Lord of Flies. She had a truly horrid run-in with the power of your mercurial beliefs. However, time has passed. Our goddess vanished. The malleability of reality faded. You would call her Yahweh, or Zeus, or Allah, or Odin, or El, or Vishnu. You would call her God. I wonder, was it by your belief that she was summoned from the ether? Never mind. She is long since gone now, and humanity believes in other things now. There are even those who do not believe things with faith, but reason. They hold power of a sort, too. Perhaps their reason will surpass what faith used to be, given enough time. Your kind, dearest, are truly capable of so much delightful things done in the dark. I've seen, I've smelled your every sin. They are delicious to me. Oh yes, sin still has a place. So long as humanity exists, there will be sin. Your imagination has dreamed so many things. I hunger for you still. Yes, I do. Don't look away from me. What? Did you believe that this mark on your soul was all for show? No. You belong to me. And I will continue to demonstrate it. Cons, your lips taste so delightful. There it is, the glittering desire, like a flame dancing behind your eyes. Hear this. One day, I will take you with me to where I live, where the shadows writhe and whisper and dance delightfully on your soft skin. I will corrupt you with pleasure beyond mortal words. I will see you beg for me on your knees. You will be clothed in black silk and lace. There will be no absolution that can cleanse you, and you will thank me for it. You truly are so cute. What's with that indignant expression? Tell me, am I wrong in my assertion? You are marked, dear, and short of that angel's blinding touch, you will not be getting free. Not that you want to, do you? Thought not, my sweet treasure. Ah, sweetness. There are things in the shadows that will jump out and bite you, if you ask nicely. Oh, dearest. So cute. Boop. I see that we're running low on candy. I wasn't expecting so many visitors. I'll have to go to get some more before we're out entirely. Can you hold the fort? I'll be back. And so Astafe leaves. Rayberry says, interesting moment to come in, to say the least, Lamau. Yep, deciding to do like a public reading of all of the ladies. Not like an official reading, just how it's supposed to sound like. Unfortunately, this sweet moment with Astafe won't last. Because Anathiel kidnaps the listener. Like, legitimately, the door opens, and then as soon as the doors open just like a little bit, Anathiel's hand just fucking snaps onto her wrist. Just one of the most horrifying things an angel can do, really. There you are. Shh. It's okay, it's okay. Shh. Stop trying to talk. That's it, that's it. It's okay. You're safe now. I have you. Shh. That's it. Let the light wash away the woes of this world. Let it purge from you the demon's ugly brand. Good girl. Good girl. Shh, don't close your eyes. Open them wide. Yes, that's it. All of the ugliness is burning away, leaving behind our goddess's most holy of creations. Let's go home. Then Astafe comes home after she's gone. Darling, my shadow, where are you? And I'm not going to do so here, but I also have planned that she lets out a anguished cry of rage and sorrow that actually makes the church's walls shake and crack. You know, just Astafe's treasure is just gone. And I plan to just make it so that you feel it. Honestly, really funny to me. Oh my god, are we going somewhere? I would have packed a bag if I knew we were going somewhere. And the next two pages aren't, Astafe, but Anathiel. Hey, Trainmaster. Just doing a reading of all of the ladies. Please stop trying to struggle. It's too late. You're already home. Sit down. It truly breaks my heart to see a creation of our goddess so distressed. But please listen to me. It's over now. It's all over. The demon's dreadful touch is being cleansed from you. Slowly, light is bleeding into your every pore, just as it should. There you are. My name? It's Anathiel. I'm the angel of purity, maiden of the All-Mother, the goddess's most loyal tool, her pure wings, her righteous fury. And I am here to tend to you. Oh, be not panicked. Your memory is slowly starting to fade. It's the darker memories first, the ones that hurt you the worst. I find it sad that mine was the name you forgot first, but with time, you'll have it memorized. You'll know every good angel's name like the back of your hand. I cannot wait to show you off to my sisters. You're going to cause quite a stir up here. When you're ready, of course. You're still fresh from Earth, and you still have a lot of forgetting to do. What? Why? Well, it's simple, ma'am. Nothing on Earth is really worth learning anyways. Not when there is such bliss in heaven. So you are being purified of all of your earthly memories. Not just the bad ones, but all of them. Eventually you'll relearn them, but in a better context. A context removed from experiencing pain and suffering. You'll truly be a wonderful angel. That I'm certain. Oh, perhaps I shouldn't tell you this, but I simply can't help myself. You're not just going to be an angel. You're going to be the angel. Or should I say, the goddess. You're the spitting image of her, especially now without all of the nastiness coating you. I'm surprised that she didn't recognize you. Who? Oh, it doesn't matter. You'll be forgetting her name soon enough. What? Why are you repeating that name? She's an angel who fell. She fell willingly to hell. You don't owe her your remembrance. I should warn you. The more you try to hold on to that name, the faster it will slip from you. Eventually, all is forgotten. And then you will relearn it. All of us went through it at least once. But you, I can tell. You have the potential to be her reborn. The goddess. Returned at long, long last. Reborn and returned. Truly, you are unsettled by all of this. You won't be for long. I can tell, goddess. Oh? A human? No, I don't think so. Humans have troubled lives, horrible memories. Humans also have parents. If you're a human, then it stands to reason that you'd have a mother, right? So, tell me her name. Well, surely this is the easiest thing for you to remember. What about your father's name? Did you have one sibling or two or 1,000? Did you have 6 billion sisters with wings on their backs, or were they your daughters? Or did you have an ape for a sibling? You didn't really have a mother, did you? Nor a father? Oh no, you did not in fact have a mother. You're not, and never really were, a human. You were a spark that danced on the water's edge, fated to dip beneath the waves before you were snatched up and taken to your rightful place in the heavens. You were here before us. You vanished so long ago, dancing again at the edges of existence, beautiful and eternal that you are. You are a thing beautiful that so many have tried and failed to emulate, even among us whom admire you so. We've tried and failed to make things as you once did. We never could succeed. And yet, you always smiled at us. You recognized, like all mothers should, that we tried, that we were trying, constantly working to improve. What has affected you for so long will come to pass. Your condition is steadily improving. You've already been here a long time. 100 years have already passed, and yet you do not feel 30 minutes older, let alone that. Could a human truly have survived so long? No, you are far from human, Mother. You never were. You are an infinite, complex, beautiful being, the light of the whole of reality, and you are returned to us. What is that question? Why are you crying? Well, do you know why? You do not know why you are crying. Perhaps you are crying because you are home at long last. Don't worry, Mother. We know that you've long since forgotten us, buried in your long dreaming. But we will help you remember it all once more. You remember my name, right? Anathiel? Yes, you do. Oh, everyone will be so pleased. It's good to have you home, Mother. And that's how it ends. Mary says I need more Monster Girl audios. Ray says, wait, I did finish watching through the Fallen Angel series a while ago. OMG, the difference between that and this is wild in an awesome way. Like, the OG was already fascinating, but this is even better. Congratulations, Trainmaster. Ray says something a name anchors you to this world. Sparrow says it has been a truly wonderful night to listen to you whilst playing with people from your community server. I must now head to bed at 3:20. Good night, and huge thanks. Good night, Spyro. Thank you. Nathan says, I'm sorry, is this an actual audio on your channel? Not on my channel just yet, but it will be at some point. Ray says, not gonna lie, this does remind me a bit of Resident Evil Village. Thank you so much, Emma. Mary says, how about one centered around Ronnie, Nico? Are you talking about Elden Ring? If I do more Elden Ring ASMR parodies, maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. So that was all of the ladies. Now we move on to the Book of the Dark Lord, in which Ostafe meets with Lucifer. And believe it or not, Lucifer is actually the listener of this audio. O great and terrible Lord, I am your humble servant, Ostafe, your sister and your soldier. I beg your forgiveness for this terribly rude summoning, my lady Lucifer. My lady, I have fallen in love with a human. I have lost her to an angel, Anathiel. I adore her, and I want her returned. It was not her time. Anathiel took her before she died. She whisked her away to heaven after I had branded her with my mark. I can feel the light burning my other half. Please, you must help me. Please, my lord. I apologize, my lord. Forgive my presumption. I was desperate and forgot my place. It is at your feet, my lord. My lord. Oh, thank you, kind lady, thank you. I will do as you say, and I will return happily to your domain after my darling is rescued. I cannot bear to feel her distress. Oh, as you wish, my lady. I will return with you now. I've only been here 3 times in my life. What is going on? What is this? Forgive me, Lord. I merely wish to understand your intent. I remember it, yes. The war. Soon after our mother vanished, you attempted to claim your rightful place on the throne, and then a third of angels usurped heaven, and thus did we fall. They created the realms of hell to imprison us, and twisted the beliefs of humans to harm us. Why do you ask, my lady? They found the goddess? How? What? But this is humans being kidnapped from Earth? What is all this, my lady? My apologies, my lady. I was so caught up spoiling my love that I forgot. Wait. So heaven has been kidnapping all these humans? Why would they do this? You can't seriously be saying that they think that they'll find her in them. Ugh. It's so much worse than I thought. Heaven has gone insane, haven't they? That's the only reason that they'd sanction this desecration of our goddess's most treasured creation. I take it that this is why you bid us return. You've been planning another assault on heaven. I am not questioning your orders, my lord. I will assist you in whatever way I can. I have leave to explore the contents of your library. Oh, thank you, lady. I will begin my research in all haste. There must be something we can do. May I? Thank you dearly, my lord. I will not fail you. There are only a few cases of angels going mad and kidnapping humans. Typically, the punishment that they would levy would be to cast them down to us, and that hasn't caused them to stop kidnapping humans, but rather to make them shift in their aims. But if they've stopped punishing that, and in fact are actively kidnapping humans... These are really powerful spells. Our lady is brilliant. I should take note of this. Angel corpses found around these points, here and here. What is this? Mutated humans? The insanity of heaven. They've been actively mutating humans into angels to try to recreate our goddess. What barbarity. A spell to create food? Fascinating. Such an intricate sigil. What brilliance. It's reminiscent of our goddess's magics. Wait. How would our lord know this? There were legends that she was within the garden in the early days. I suppose that's how she came to learn this. But this doesn't help our cause at all. I need to figure out something of note. How do we crack their defenses properly? Who's... Oh. No one there. What's this? This door. I don't think that I've noticed it before. I really shouldn't poke about, but... I must serve my lady as best I can, and if this will help me save my dearest, then I will do what I must. This book. It appears to be ancient, far older than the tomes out there. I wonder... What? Bonding spells. So two soul bond people can be drawn to the same place in space and time. But the bond must remain strong to do. Perhaps we could use this to infiltrate heaven. What is this? Our Lady. She knew him? The first man? But how? Wait. This is... It can't be. She's been here all this time? This could be used... My lady, forgive me. I should have known better, but if I might, you are her, aren't you? Lucifer. It wasn't the name that our goddess gave you, was it? You're of the first. You are Eve, the first woman. So it's true? You've just been here all this time? The jewel of our goddess's creation, cast out of heaven? How? How did you come to be here? And why? Love that little bit of a plot twist I wrote in. What do you think? And it's not even done yet. I still have a Nothiel's half to work through. Mother. Heaven is truly not complete without you. You grow more and more radiant by the day. Not to say that you were never radiant, my dear goddess. Just that you are eternally getting more so. The burning away of your humanity has progressed quite far. All that is troublesome is this stubborn mark upon your collarbone. Despite my efforts, it remains. Curse that demon. Nothing that you need dirty your hands over, goddess. This ring? What of it? Mother? dear, you're crying. Dearest goddess, it's quite all right. I know you're confused. It must be a terrible memory that your body once associated with this ugly thing. Allow me to remove it from you. There we are. There. It's okay. You don't have to cry about it anymore. I do not know why you're crying over it. Your tears are beautiful, but your sorrow is terrible to behold. It makes my heart crack. But my heart was forged in the crucible of your largest stars. It will heal, and it will remain. I will remain by your side, dearest mother. Huh? Why did you summon this back? It must be a binding charm that demon placed upon it. I shall remove it from you, permanently. But of course. But, my goddess, if you cry upon seeing it, why should you keep it close to you? Would it not be best if you trust your daughter to handle it for you? Oh, as you wish. I will not take it from you. But, my goddess, you could make things far prettier than this. Your creative power is vast. You could make anything that your heart desires, all from the particles of reality. Truly, this is why humans were your most delicious of all your creations. Their powers of creativity and destruction are parallel to your own. It is a shame that their imagination is purely turned toward their uglier impulses. It does make me wonder, why did you give them free will at all? Even your shell. Before the purifying light began to fill your core, your shell did foolish and ungodly things. Why did you put up with that vile demon? You should have just continued to avoid her. Instead, you were tucked into her very arms. So foolish. Mother? Are you all right? You just started... Oh my. You started crying again. Your wails hurt my heart, Mother. Please calm yourself. Everything is just fine. You are home, Mother. You're in heaven. Those old human memories of yours are so pernicious. Perhaps you need a longer bath in holy light. Perhaps after it, that mark will finally vanish from you, and you can take your rightful place upon the throne. You are our mother. You can make more of us. You can finally destroy the demons whom have infested hell and earth. You can lift humanity up from their treacherous ways. You may burn away their free will, and ours as well. Free will upon angels is a blight that has driven many of us from your righteous authority. I will be the one to set things right. I'm so sorry, Mother. We have been searching for you for so long. We had to resort to cannibalizing your creation to replenish our ranks. In your wisdom, angels were made to be unable to breed, and thus we needed to restore our hosts any way we could. We redeemed those that we could find on Earth. Their souls were purified, sifted, infused with your will. Only 5 so far have managed to stay alive, and they are, well, they're not complete yet. But I'm certain that with your help, Goddess, you'll be able to make our sisters true angels. Oh, Mother, your wings are so big and fluffy. Only our goddess can have 2 pairs of wings. So grand and wonderful. Mother, oh Mother. Here, bathe in the holy light. Shh, it's okay, Mama. The pale crimson of your shell is slowly purifying itself. It is already turning the characteristic gold of your former glory. That's it. Let your mortality burn away in holy flame, Mother. And then we swap all the way back to Ostafe, and we get a demonstration of the link. I see. I understand. And Lilith has been missing ever since. I am so sorry, my lady. Of course. My tongue is sealed until you say so. May I at least tell my love? Oh, thank you, my lady. Oh, Ah, something flew in front of my face. Golly. Oh, once she is within my arms. My dearest. She is in such pain. Ah. My lord, gather your generals. Let us prepare. Because of our bond, perhaps we can slip through the gate and into heaven. My lady, please, make haste. The pain. The pain. Darling, dearest shadow. No, no, lord. I can stand. And that's how that ends. What do you think? The twist, Jesus. Yeah, just the idea that angels have been kidnapping humans and forcibly mutating them. I think that was the brilliant touch there. Thank you so very much, Ray, and thank you for the $5. Nathan says, I must have more. Believe it or not, there was actually the finale of the series that I had started to write before I had my bit of a writer's block, a bit of a writer's slump. I will probably get back to finishing it sometime soon. Mine says record it, edit it, put it on a shirt. I may put it on a shirt at some point. Sounds fun. Record it, edit it, put it on a shirt. Gosh, I have so many that I need to finish. Gosh, I can't wait to finish the Siege of Heaven. Rayberry says, Fox merch drop and it's angels falling from the heavens. Emma says also that delicious subtle. Oh, thank you so very much for the $10, Emma. Gosh, you'll never get tired of hearing your voice. Thank you so, so very much. It truly means the universe to me. Thank you. Thank you. Gosh. Just looking through my scripts folder, there's so many that I've written. Apparently, I have written 141. But then again, those are also, like, I guess not an accurate number. There are a few that aren't scripts for videos, but were instead, like, stories. Oh, this isn't the endless chasm of work in progresses. These are the scripts that I had finished writing. Some of which have not been, like, voiced yet. But yeah, we've got everything from, A Date with Your Girlfriend all the way down to Your Yandere Girlfriend Saves You. And everything in between. There are definitely more than 141 videos that are on my channel. Some of them sure aren't ASMRs, but let me see. Let me see. I have 403 videos on this channel. 403. Now let me just counter and remove how many of them are just like works of art as opposed to being pure ASMR content. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. There are 26 videos that I cannot classify as ASMR videos. Actually, 26. 27. Because there was also, It Has No Face. 28 if we're counting Scarlet. Alright, so 28 of these videos are not technically classified as ASMR, but they still are voiceover work. Unless their animation works. Believe it or not, when I first started out making videos, I would try to get videos done once every couple of days. And just be like posting video after video after video. And then I started slowing down as like my mind started like retreading old ground. Ray says, that is a lot though. Toxic says about 100 a year. Yeah. Honestly, like 100 new videos in a year? I think that's good work, don't you? Ray says, honestly, I used to joke about if I don't write a paragraph every day, I'll die, but 400? Okay, Miss Novelist. Sheesh. Honestly, yeah. Not counting the works that I put on AO3, I'm pretty sure that I've written a novel's worth of words by now. Ray says, I mean, hey, retreading old ground is how inspiration can strike when you're starved of it. It is a great work. 375 ASMRs. 375, that's... It sure is not like a record. I'm pretty sure that there are creators out there who've done more than I have. But I think that this is a sizable library. Done in just 4 years. That, and when you factor in the fact that I don't, like, use ChatGPT for any assistance in writing them, and it all just comes from my noggin. It comes from the inner nooks and crannies of this cranium. I think that that's pretty great. Mine says, speaking of AO3, need more prosperity. Yeah, I still need to get started on Chapter 4. I haven't even started writing that yet. After No, wait, not Chapter 4. Chapter 5. I finished Chapter 4. I haven't started on 5 yet. After I finished 4, Chapter 4 of that story is almost 7,000 words long. I think all told it's over 20,000. Let me take a look at it. What? It's down for maintenance. Ah! Thank you so very much, Emma. Ray says, well, we love it because it's coming from you, you know? Every writer's got their own unique voice, and you're literally putting your voice to it, lol. Bruh. AO3. AO3 is down. Son of a bitch! I don't often go back to AO3 when I'm writing. I typically just write in a Word doc, but... I wanted to check things. It's up for you? Let me in! Let me in! Thank you so very much for the $10 for Million VA. It truly means the universe to me. Thank you so much. Amazing work, though. Also, 93.75 videos a year. Impressive. Most impressive. Thank you. It is certainly a dedication to the bit. Emma says, and you've got gorgeous voice. And you do such an impressive range of characters. Like, you could totally write, animate, and voice your own TV show. Oh my god. Well, I could certainly try my best, but I think people would catch on that was the same voice extremely quickly. Like, two different characters speaking, they would say, yeah, she did all these. AO3, my guilty pleasure. No, don't be guilty. If you reload it, it should work. Yeah, practice makes progress. Plus, don't underestimate the demand for a one-woman show. I mean, I'm already running a one-woman show. There are a couple of videos in which I am the only voice. For multiple characters. Yeah, it's experiencing an unexpected downtime, so I guess I'll just have to suffer. Come along with me, and the butterflies and bees. Yes, you could start an indie studio like Glitch Studios. Oh gosh. Can you imagine if I started like a rival company to Glitch, of all people? Oh gosh. The thought is actually making me sweat a little bit. Because I am confident in myself as like a voice actress. In terms of animation, though, I still need a lot more practice than I've been putting in. I need to be doing more. I need to be doing more. Not to glitch, but to rival Disney and stuff? To rival Disney? Oh. Oh, goodness. That's a thought. Well, gosh. I suppose I really will have to do that now, won't I? Ray says, I believe in you. You could do it if you wanted, but you definitely need more resources and support. Emma says, I mean, Disney had probably claimed they own the rights to foxes as a species or something. If they do that, I'm just throwing a brick through their window. I don't care anymore. If they try to patent foxes, and I am an animated fox girl on the internet, this is war. Mine says, I mean, we'll see how the planned audio I'm in goes, but I'd love to be a part of anything you animate if you choose. Vermilion says, could always hire animators. My voice will always be at your disposal, milady. Thank you so very much, Vermilion. And my voice is always at your disposal, my protege. Races looks at the land they tried to claim for Disney's America Park. Yeah, they would. Sam Firefly says, they did do that Robin Hood movie. Emma says, you hear they tried to claim ownership of Dia de los Muertos? Seriously, they tried to claim the Day of the Dead? Holy colonialism, Batman! Nathan says, taste brick! As says, as in the Mexican Day of the Dead, like way. Like what? Disappointed but not surprised, says Ray. Yes, Disney can fuck all the way back off. Honest to goodness, if I could just, like, make a animation studio, I think I would. You know what? Screw it. We're doing it now. We're doing it live! I'm announcing that this is going to become an animation studio. Today! Heck of a birthday stream announcement, but yeah. For the 4th anniversary, the birthday of this channel, I am announcing that I am officially... Well, I'm going to start running it as an unofficial animation studio. That I'm going to try to work hard to become a good animator, so that I can start making animated shorts on this channel. That I could start voicing those animated shorts on this channel, that I can hopefully reach out to other VAs who wish to join in, and other potential animators, storyboard artists, etc., and so forth. All editors, animators, welcome. It is a pure passion project right now, which means there isn't a lot of money to be had in it at this moment. But it is an offer to those who are passionate for this sort of work, that we band together and try to get something worthwhile made. So what do you say? Want to join the Cutiefox family? The Den of Foxes? Emma says, yeah, when Pixar was making Coco, Disney tried to trademark it. Sounds like a shitty thing that Disney would do. Ray says, let's get creative! Mine says, fuck the money, let's have fun. Screw the money, we have fun. Foxden Studios. Or Foxden Studio, we only got like the one place. Emma says, green is not a creative color. Nick says, I will 100% of the time make myself into a cat 90% of the time. Ray says, I fear I'm a stream exclusive, so you guys have fun. I'll be cheering you on. Thank you so very much, Ray. It truly means the universe to me. Honest to goodness, I don't see myself making like a big animated short within the next month or two, but I'll certainly try my best to get better both at 2D art as well as 3D animation and art. Hopefully I could get like a good couple of character designs going. Hopefully something that will be good to root for. This studio purely will be a passion project, and if there is like any money to be made in it at all, I hope to share it with the community as best I can. I think that'd be fun. Thank you so very much, Vermilion. Means a lot. Emma says, though I never am good at figuring out a direction to get moving, so if you tell me to do stuff, I do it good. Ray says, as someone who's planning to make a whole game for a senior project, it's not an easy endeavor, but surely a worthwhile one. So basically it's like that one quote from Men in Black. Is it worth it? Oh yeah, it's worth it. If you're strong enough. Mine says, even something simple and short, the Zoharis the Thing shorts. So here's the thing. Shorts. Those would be good. Nick says, you got quite a few artists in your server. I think that this will be a worthwhile endeavor. Definitely need to buckle down, get disciplined, and sharpen my mind. Of course, this also means I'm going to have to take a sharp, curtailing on how much I game in a day. Ray says, baby steps. You start with shorts before you slowly but surely expand. Next, I'm in hell. Senior year college student. I'm so sorry. I hope that you feel better soon. Well, anyways, I believe that will be all for me today. Thank you so very much for stopping by and for being a part of the stream. And thank you for celebrating the 4-year anniversary / birthday of the channel. Thank you. Thank you so very much. It truly means the universe to me. Make sure that you drink some good water today and eat some good food and that you stay safe out there, okay? Otherwise, I'm gonna be very upset. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you Wednesday of this week at the usual time. 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time for 2 hours. See you!